What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. I figure, well, why not start off with AEW?
Oh, Lord.
And All Elite Daycare. And Tony Khan got to run over there. Because there was another backstage fight or something that happened dealing with Andrade, El Idolo, and Sammy Guevara. And this happened sometime last week. And when me and Prime did the midweek wrestling review, I said I will talk more about it on the podcast. So Andrade was on Mass Lucha's podcast, and he did an interview, and he was talking about the different things going on, and it's a translated interview because he was speaking Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was talking about when it comes to CM Punk and the Elite. He said they're all good with me, but I did have one issue with a wrestler. At first, he said, I'm not going to say his name because I don't like gossip. But he says, you know what? I am going to say his name.
Oh, shit.
It's Sammy Guevara. I had an issue with him because he once came to the locker room and complained that I hit him too hard. He said, it's wrestling. Solve it in the ring. If I hit hard, hit me hard too. I learned that he came in and he accused me like a little girl. After I learned about it, I spoke to him and asked him if he had an issue with me, but he said he did not, and that's all there was to it. It's funny because not even in WWE, for example, Sheamus likes to hit, and all my respect for him because he loves to hit hard and loves to strike. He is wild. Even the Miz likes to throw strikes. Not even John Cena complained about me. So if he did not complain, imagine this kid who's just starting. But there's that. So that's what he said in the interview.
Yeah, I had to hear it in like Spanish because some stuff don't translate over well.
Exactly, yeah. So Sammy got whiff of this, and now
of course,
all Sammy had to do is let's just talk about it personally because we're already dealing with a PR nightmare from CM Punk and the Elite. But he said, no, I want to do it the best way that society knows how to do it now.
Social media.
Take it to social media. So he goes to Twitter and he fires a shot. And he says to him, he says on Twitter, you're a jobber, a favor hire. Be grateful, bitch.
Oh.
And then Andrade responds, I said it to your face in capitals. If you had a problem with me, you said nothing in capitals. I won't beat your ass because I'm professional. Don't be scared. When I say I name names, I am not scared to get fired. So
tell us what you're trying to do without telling us what you're trying to do, Andrade. Come on, man, finesse it a bit.
Yeah, no, he was just straight up out there with that thing. Hold on, make sure. Guevara fires back and says, you, in capitals, didn't say shit to me. You're a liar, but here's some truth, you ungrateful prick. You would be jobless if it wasn't for your dad-in-law. You are really mad at me, or you mad at yourself for failing to get over for a second time. Just go back to WWE like we all know you want to do and fuck off.
I mean,
he bringing up Rick like he was married to Charlotte since day one.
That part doesn't make sense. But bruh, we know you want to go back. We know you don't want to be here right now.
Yeah. So they had this altercation. So then apparently Andrade seems to have waited for Sammy Guevara in the hallway, and then all of a sudden,
on, my man.
and all of a sudden, a little scuffle happened. So then, according to some of the stories here, that Andrade got suspended and sent home.
I don't know if I didn't hear he got suspended. I just heard he got sent home. But then Sammy Guevara got the main event, which is weird.
Sammy Guevara goes to the main event and gets put over in the match.
That's weird, bro.
And then wins. I'm just like, okay, look. Here's the thing. Tony Khan already brought the gavel down and said that, even though it sounds weird, if you're going to try to get fired by fighting, it ain't going to happen. You're going to be reprimanded. Bro. You're going to be penalized. You're going to be fined, but you're not going to get fired. I'm just like, well, all I gotta do is just pay some money to kick somebody's ass like I really don't like. But Tony Khan's balls have been chopped off and laid out on a silver dish ever since CM Punk did it to him during that media scrum. They don't take this man seriously at all.
They don't. I heard his daddy reamed him out too because he was like, "You need to get your shit under control." So he just
to Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville owner.
Because they bleeding money.
He's a puss, man.
What'd you say, Q4?
He's a God. I'm trying to not be inappropriate anymore. He's a punk.
But say hit that Missy. He's a bitch. No, but seriously, it's soft, a mess over there.
Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's first of all,
how you send Andrade home, but not this fool?
Because it sounds like he started it.
No. You got a point. I'm gonna tell you why you got a point. There have been, since we know of, there could be some that we don't know of, but the three main things that we know of these backstage altercations, two of them have had Sammy Guevara's name in there. Two of them.
Listen, Community P and Guevara over there don't seem like he make the most sound decisions. So,
and this has been an ongoing thing with Sammy Guevara, and it's the same thing that happened with him and Eddie Kingston. Then Eddie Kingston gets suspended, and then now we got the same thing going on with Andrade, and then he gets suspended. Now, like I said, he wasn't involved in the CM Punk and Elite One, but there's a common denominator here.
So I have seen people saying that he seems to stir up drama and then creep off. Just like we said before, when all the stuff was happening with the allegations against Vince, somebody must know where the bodies is buried, okay? Because why else would it be like, okay, he's involved in multiple things.
Because he's a pillar.
He's involved in multiple things, but doesn't seem to get reprimanded if he does things. It seems weird to me. Like, when the whole thing with CM Punk and the Elite happened, they was just like, everybody's finna be suspended. Then they look into it, and it's like, all right, well, this person really didn't do much of anything, so we're not going to suspend you. But that don't seem to be the case with him. So, I don't know. Maybe he knows something that Tony Khan don't want nobody to know. Who knows? But he does seem to be an issue.
I don't think that's the thing. I think, Tony, look, right now, AEW has lived off a honeymoon period. Mm-hmm. And also, one thing AEW lived off was the fear of the boogeyman. And seriously, and that boogeyman is Vince McMahon. Mm-hmm. And then now, Vince was his book, his shows were so bad. Like, when the book shows so bad to the point, it's like, look, y'all ain't got to worry about that events. We can come over here and we can book good quality stuff. And it's easier to see something when something else is so bad. But like I said, Raw Smackdown was so bad, I stopped reviewing them. It was hard to watch them. Mm-hmm. And to the point where there's nothing new happening. I just probably tune into a pay-per-view every now and then. I'm still a wrestling fan, but there was just points like they weren't worth watching at all. That's how bad the content was. Well, now the boogeyman is gone. Triple H is in charge. He's creating a better show. But once again, there's a honeymoon period for WWE also. Yeah. Triple H is not perfect neither.
People are going to turn on the product again at some point.
But they're going to turn on as bad as Vince, like when Vince is there. But now, since that's happening, all the stuff is like, we're getting exposed. AEW were 3 years without having an incident like this. Then something changed. They start bringing in these WWE guys.
Yeah.
Which could have ruffled the whole thing in the locker room. And then now we're going through this period where I believe, as Tony Khan, as a fan, as a mark, this could be rallying him a little bit. It could scare him a little bit. Because right now, as they call it, Papa H is in charge. And people was like, you know what? It's just like Impact Wrestling. Y'all get everybody over here they're angry. And people gotta say something. These people are angry. When people are angry, it's like they're over here because they felt as though they wasn't given an opportunity to showcase what they could do somewhere else. Most wrestlers at one point or another in their career want to go to WWE.
Yeah.
They are the top.
It's the promised land.
It's the promised land. It's the top thing in wrestling in this business. They're the most popular. They're the one with the most money. WrestleMania is a huge success. No matter what company you will be on, they have a 60-year head start on everybody else.
Yeah. It's like, going from a startup to a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
Here in the city, we have the big four, companies in a certain industry. You start out at these little tech startups. You trying to get to a PWC or something like that because that's the promised land. But sometimes everything ain't glitters ain't gold, so it don't work out for everybody over there. But I think that people knew that it wasn't going to necessarily be the grass ain't always greener, but it had to be better than what was going on at the time. Now y'all stuck because everybody signed these contracts. And you can't go anywhere. To be
fair, when we go back and look at 2022, this is not on nobody's bingo card.
Oh hell no!
Oh, what happened to Vince McMahon?
But even still, this is the thing. If you backtrack a little bit, everybody gave Big Swole shit when she was like, "Look, everything ain't what y'all think it is back there." Okay, and she, of course, centering this as a black woman. It's going to sound like she's just mad and everything is racism. But that's not the only thing she said. She said it was trash back there as far as leadership because it was a bunch of chiefs and no Indians and a whole bunch of... I'm sorry for that analogy, especially on today. It was a bunch of chefs and no cooks. Here we go. Bunch of chefs and no cooks in the kitchen. Okay? Everybody can't be running everything. So, I think the infrastructure was kind of shaky from jump with them. And then stuff started slowly falling apart. People started seeing the cracks. And then things rapidly fell apart after everything with Cody, I think. That's when it was just like, it's kind of apparent now. You can't really hide. Because you can tell people, look, don't be out here tweeting and saying what's going on back here, blah, 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 blah. But when somebody who went on this whole rampage about WWE and is one of the people who helped start this whole thing leaves, you can't hide it no more. So I feel like everybody was like, fuck it. We're going to be honest about what's happening back here. So, I don't know. I feel like this is not probably the first time. Like, these incidents are probably not new. Maybe not this big, like it's on this large of a scale. But I don't know. I really think he needs to get it under control. It takes a special kind of person to run a business like this where everybody's hopped up on testosterone all the time.
But even just because
grow a set of nuts, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's. I know that everybody's not meant to lead.
Yeah,
everybody can't be a leader. It's hard to be a boss. It truly is, especially if you got a back and it's lonely at the top.
He don't want to be a boss. He want to be everybody's friends.
It's lonely at the top. And when he sit there, I know he's sitting there talking to himself, and he's just like, he don't want. I truly think he don't want to rattle anybody to the point where they want to go back to WWE, but he don't want to hold nobody like Vince. But because Vince don't give a fuck. Vince knew that y'all don't like it here, so I want out my contract. Oh, really? Guess what? Go home and make your money. And he ain't care.
Either that or you finna be on main event for the rest of your life. Yes.
Tony Khan doesn't want to be that kind of guy. He don't want to be the kind of guy that, there's whole people at the house that they don't want to be here. But he knowing that he can't have everybody just dropping like that neither.
No.
So he's going to have to cut all ties with everybody Nobody gets a special kind of privilege, unless you like the champion or something like that. But nobody gets a special kind of privilege. This is my law. Okay, no matter what happens, you got to get through me first. DN. He has to do that. And guess what? There are going to be people that's going to respect that. There are going to be people that's not going to respect that. And people that don't, they, you know what I'm saying, if they can either play ball or not. The end. Because, like I said, pretty soon, look, everything is going good on the side of what's going on with WWE right now. But I'm saying, but right now, like, Situation's not going to hit a home run every week.
No.
He's not.
And everybody can't come back.
Everybody can't come back,
like, you know, he'll bring back the people that he like, or it makes sense to bring back. But everybody can't come back. We're not going to bring back.
We don't really need everybody back.
No.
Like, don't start bringing unnecessary. Like, keep Reggie where he at. Like, we don't need no unnecessary.
Exactly. He said
Reggie not even fired. He just keep
Reggie
him where
at
he
home.
At.
He there with everybody else from the 24/7 bullshit. There's no Akira Tozawa. There's no Archer.
He on the craft. He back to doing crafty.
Yeah, look. There's no Reggie. There's no R-Truth. There's no Akira Tozawa. There's no there's no Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke.
Well, I forgot all about that. R-Truth is Vince's guy.
Yeah,
that's why he been around as long as he has.
Wasn't Dana Brooke pregnant?
Is she?
I don't know. I know she got engaged a minute ago, but I thought she was pregnant.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Well, still, I mean, she was in the women's tag team title tournament, but ever since then, we ain't see her or Tamina. He has not brought back any of that 24/7 bullshit.
Yeah, 24/7 is going, bro.
You know, so
I ain't seen the championship, the 24/7 title in God knows how long.
So that stuff is gone. So yeah, so. I understand that. Omos is seen once every 3 weeks.
Omos, he needs some more time doing. I don't even know.
So at the All Elite Daycare Center, he needs to get. See, Poke was right about something. I work with a bunch of children. Get these children in order. You know, lay down the law.
They need some leader. They need actual leaders.
But here's even in life.
He over there at WWE.
Yeah. Look, it's like this. My dad was telling me something this weekend. He makes a good point. It's not everybody hears it, but you have to really like accept it. It's hard to be a parent, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to be a parent, and everybody has a different way of raising their kids.
Exactly.
I mean, there is no right or wrong way to raise kids, but
there's a wrong way to raise kids.
Okay,
there's a wrong way to raise kids.
But it's like this: the things they need is you got to teach them right, wrong, and responsibility. Mm-hmm. The way you do it is going to be different.
Everybody's going to be different. I only say it's the wrong way because y'all be out. Some people be out here treating their kids like whatever.
Yeah, exactly it.
But how you decide to raise your kids is your prerogative. And I hate to say it like that because these are grown-ups. But you still everybody needs guidance.
Yeah, but you also can't go in there with such a like. When I was bringing it up because as a parent, I have made mistakes in raising my kids. Mm-hmm. And to the point where there's some things that you had to learn from.
Yeah.
And in Tony Khan's case, with the situation that's going on in his locker room, you're going to have to make some decisions that may bite you in the ass. It may not bite you in the ass, but you're going to have to learn from it.
I'll tell you what his first decision should be.
Okay.
Growing a set of nuts.
You're on my nerves. I mean,
I'm back. It's like, no.
Yes.
This is the thing, right? You hired these vets. What are they back there doing? Are people just purposely not listening to them?
Now you say vets, you mean like the
Mark Henry,
the Mark Henrys, the Big Show.
Yeah. Well,
Chris Jericho even.
But honestly, I don't think they gave them a job yet. See, that's the thing.
He should have.
Jericho is saving Sammy.
Yeah.
They should have. As soon as they came in, they're supposed to be your Dusty Rhodes, your Shawn Michaels. They're supposed to be in that spot because what else are they doing? They but collecting a paycheck and appearing for big pay-per-views to announce something or talk to somebody or whatever. They should be the ones who are in the back providing guidance and giving the leadership tips to the people who should be the next wave of leaders, like your John Moxleys. But the thing here is, this kind of it's coming back around. The chickens come home to roost all the time because y'all made it seem like it was an environment. It's like for the wrestlers, by the wrestlers. So now when you have somebody coming in trying to steer you right, it's just like, fuck that. I don't want no guidance. I.e. CM Punk and Adam Page. Why would they be receptive to that if it was not that in the first place? You had them out here letting them run whatever. And then now when stuff starts falling apart and you need somebody to come help you pick up the pieces, they're not going to help you pick up the pieces. They're just going to let it burn. Just let everything burn. I mean, he going to either learn a lesson of you can't be everybody's friend, or a very expensive lesson of this is not going to work.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the more so losing AW. They're not going to go anywhere. But however,
I'm not saying they're going to, like, I'm sorry, I mean, because I'm not saying that they'll disappear, but what happens is you eventually run out of money. Like, the company itself doesn't have to be trash or, like, the product's bad or anything like that. Say what you want about it, you know. But if you run out of money, like, physically cannot operate anymore because you've made bad decisions, they're not going to set up a GoFundMe to save AEW, bro. Like, you got to make better decisions personnel wise, because they will eventually affect your bottom line.